Oh my God, is that you?
Siobhan,
David!
what are you doing here in Connecticut?
I'm just here visiting my family for the holidays. You're here.
It's so incredible to see you. Let me take you in.
Oh.
Absolutely gorgeous. Still as captivatingly beautiful as the day we met.
Oh, post-holiday craziness. I am a hot mess. I had to change our flight home tomorrow because I have to be back in 2 days. Then I had to run out to the pharmacy to fill a prescription next door. Thanks for the compliment. You haven't changed a bit. Still a charmer.
So, how's LA?
Oh, everything's fine. And you?
Still producing outrageously successful TV shows?
Nominated for another daytime Emmy.
All us little people are so proud that a local girl's making it big.
Thank you, thank you. Still working my ass off, but it's the job, you know.
That must be paying off. That handbag of yours is like 2 months' salary for me.
Still in local politics, I see your posts are all over social media.
You see them? I follow you too. You know what I mean? I'm not a stalker. I follow your posts. Still in local politics, just not here in Darien. I'm making a run for higher office next year. Hoping to be somebody someday. Can I buy you a coffee?
Nope, already have one, but thanks.
Have time for a chat.
Sure. Actually, you know, I don't have much time. I mean, you saw my post, it's like 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes more than I expected when I woke up this morning. So, how's life? We visiting? Are you hanging out with a lot of celebrities? Is your boss really as crazy as they say in the tabloids?
David, you haven't changed a bit. Still asking so many questions.
I'm sorry, it's just that we haven't seen each other since lunch in New York, and that was like, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah, lunch. 10 years, huh?
That was a great afternoon. I just wish it could have lasted more than a few hours.
I should have exercised more control.
It was incredible.
You know what? I really should get going.
No, Siobhan, you just got here. Can't you just sit and chat? Please, stay. Siobhan. I know it was weird to hear about my engagement to Jen. I just didn't want to hide it from you.
You told me while I was eating an egg roll, for Christ's
In
sake.
fairness, you asked me to meet you in a Chinese restaurant. Remember that day I brought you those red and black decorative chopsticks. Remember what you said? You said, chopsticks need each other to feed the soul. Separated, they're totally useless. They need each other to survive.
I use a knife and fork now.
Yeah. I guess you threw away all that sentimental stuff a long time ago.
Could we just please talk about something other than New York?
Sure. Siobhan, I've really missed you.
David!
What?
Stop! Look, we're different people now.
Oh, come on, we haven't changed that much.
I have! I'm not that person anymore. And I'm certainly not the innocent high school kid that you dumped for that bitch Tori just because she would fuck you.
Shh. I know that. And look, I'm different too now. I am. I'm on the town council, and like I said, I have much bigger plans. And just so you know, that bitch, she really messed up my life for like 3 years.
David, you broke my heart when I was 16 and then proceeded to do it all over again at 35.
Look, I didn't want to tell you about my engagement, but that afternoon we were in the restaurant, then your apartment, and you were so excited that... What?
I can't trust you.
That's not fair. I didn't mean to hurt you. Look, you invited me to lunch. We were in the restaurant, and I was so excited to see you, and your eyes, your smile. I fell in love with you all over again. And it convinced me to break it off with Jen. I went back to Connecticut. She told me she was pregnant. I didn't know how to tell you. I never stopped caring for her.
Ugh, did you really ever really start?
Siobhan, I tried
Damn
to
it,
reach you,
I'm
but...
pissed at you! I had to work on my life. I don't have time for your games.
Games, I just want to talk about what happened.
Right there.
Right where?
Right there. That's your problem.
What's my problem?
You want to discuss this ad nauseum.
So I can't tell you how I feel about what we shared that day.
Shh. Look, when we were in New York, we had a moment.
A moment?
That's all. Yes, and I thought you got it out of your system, but then out of the blue, you're randomly texting and emailing and obsessing.
Obsessing?
Yes, there's nothing to talk about. We had a slip. That's all.
Come on, that was... We are more than a gag. I was just trying to reconnect. Okay, sometimes I go over the top, but that's just because I'm trying to crack that tough outer shell of yours.
Excuse me? Tough shell? It's called growing up, and you should try it.
Oh, please. You built an impenetrable wall, and if you're so grown up, why am I always trying to guess how you feel? Can't you just be direct with me and say it? I mean, honestly, Siobhan, how do you really feel about me? What the hell are you so damn afraid of?
I'm not afraid. It's you who can't take a hint.
A hint? You've been waiting for me to take a hint for 30 years? It's ridiculous. You know what I think? I think you want to be with me just as much as I want
Oh my
to
God.
be with you.
Now who's being ridiculous?
6 months after we broke up in high school, I was in the hospital. Who came to visit me? You did. And then after college, you were living in Philly before we had these things to track people down. Who showed up at your doorstep? Rain drenched. I did.
David, that's ancient history.
My point is, we keep coming back to each other. We find an old email, see if it still works. We both like a mutual friend's post on social media, and soon after we're texting. I mean, you've sent me a birthday card every year since we graduated.
I send birthday wishes to lots of people.
I've always loved you. And I think you've always loved me. We're like romantic gravity. You live 3,000 miles away, and we run into each other in a coffee shop on a random afternoon in a town that I don't even live in anymore. If that's not meant to be, I don't know what is.
It's not meant to be at all. Those were all just curious whims, just like today. You knew I was here. You said so yourself. You follow my posts. I'm probably not the only girl that you follow.
Do you really think I would do that?
Yes, I do!
Look. Yes, I saw that you were going to the pharmacy. And I took a chance hoping that I would run into you. Why is that so wrong? I just wanted to see you again. My God, have I robbed you of all your faith in me?
Yes, you have! Can't you see I've tried to reach you since I was 16? But for 30 years you've run away every single time. I can't endure another. You want me to talk, David? That's your big hang-up with me, right? You want to know how I feel? Fine. Here goes. You tore my heart to pieces. We had lunch that day. We went back to my apartment. The way we kissed, how we made love. After all those years, I was certain it was no longer you and me. It was us. You wanted me to walk you back to Penn Station, remember? Holding hands like school kids on a first date. We stood on platform
14.
held me and kissed me. My God, you stared into my eyes and told me that you wanted to be with me forever. I was never more in love with you than at that moment, never more confident in our future together. The train arrived, and you said, do you even remember? You said, I don't think we can do this. I love you, I have to go. And then you turned and you got on that train and you never came back. You left me standing there on that platform alone, confused, unable to comprehend what just happened, unable to clearly see the man I had just given myself to. No, 6 months later, I move across the country, attempting to dress the deepest wound I ever endured, the one that you inflicted. I work really hard. I have a great job, an incredible home. I am in the gym 4 days a week, but do you know why that I do it? So that you will stay on that platform with me. My God, David, what the hell was so wrong with me? After all this time, you could never, ever stay.
Nothing. Nothing is wrong with you. You're perfect. I could never afford to buy you that Mercedes or take you to Europe on a whim, but it's different now. I've made something of myself, someone that you won't be embarrassed to take a fancy cocktail party.
David, stop. It's done.
It's not done.
We are.
Just hang on a minute. Don't you remember how... Don't you remember how we used to look at each other in English class when we fell in love?
That was not love. That was youth.
Okay, what about after college?
A few drunken hookups, not love either.
Fine. 3 years ago when I won my re-election, what? You texted me. Why?
I was being nice.
Being nice is texting someone congratulations, sending a note saying, we're proud of you, buddy. You often take me out to dinner.
I was just trying
You
to...
live on the other side of the country. Siobhan, you once told me how excited you were to go out with me on those Friday nights. The butterflies you feel getting dressed, doing your hair, the anticipation of waiting for me to pull up in the driveway. I still remember walking up to your dad's house. Still the biggest house I've ever seen, like 10 times bigger than my parents' house. Nervously ringing the doorbell. Then your dad opens the door.
I can still see that look on your face. That definitely wasn't love. That was terror.
Yeah, it was. And you came down with that smile and those gorgeous eyes, and all my fears melted away. And I got my Corolla. Like home back then.
You remember.
Of course I do. Sitting in the movie theater, waiting for the lights to go down, nervously moving my hand towards yours.
I remember that too.
Today when we hugged,
Yes.
it felt comfortable.
Yes.
So I wanted to kiss you.
I felt that. Whoa, what are you doing to me? Yes. There was excitement there once, and maybe we did find one another over the years. There was something very special there once. And maybe I still do have feelings for you, too.
You do?
Of course I do. I always have. Separation was unimaginable to me. You and I are entwined like the dye and fibers of the shirt. But love is more than feelings and random curiosity.
We talked about so much more than that. We talked about marriage, children.
David, love is valuing another person enough to really commit. Do more than just dream about the future. Love moves beyond the white picket fence and into the dirty dishes and the piles of laundry.
I can do that.
And you have. And so have I. Just not with each other.
But we can try.
We can't. Because it's too late.
It's not, though.
I'm married, David.
Are you happy? I mean, are you truly happy? Don't you want more?
You cannot ask me those questions.
People get separated, divorced. I know I fell short, but I can do more. I can be more. I can be your everything.
I never wanted you to be my everything. You, just you, would have been enough, but you never offered that. Being someone's everything is not love, David. My husband loves me. I mean, maybe not the way you do, but he loves me, and he values me as a person, as his wife. He not only tells me, but he shows me in different ways. Every day. It's stable. It's reliable.
Sounds predictable.
Yeah. Because true love isn't fleeting passion. It's certain.
Well, I'm certain of this. After 30 years, my heart still swells when I think of the remote possibility of waking up next to you. You are like no one else. We are like nothing else. Of that, I'm certain. How can you discount our chemistry, our history, our feelings?
No, I'm not discounting it at all, just putting it in proper perspective, and you need to do that too.
You've always been out of my league. You're so smart, beautiful, kind, and interesting. I just can't imagine my life without you.
I love how it feels to be with you, pursuing me, making me feel desired. But those feelings terrify me now. I vowed never to let you hurt me again. Even as I sit here looking into your eyes and hearing your voice, something unexplainable overpowers me, pulling at my core. If I allow it, it becomes the reality that has broken me over and over again. I just can't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for leaving. I'm sorry for being so afraid. I'm sorry for all this today. I've been unfair to you.
I have to go now. My cucciolo.
I've been called that a long time. My nonna used to call me that.
I remember.
Sounds nice when you say it. My nonna really loved you, you know. She was always disappointed that I didn't ask you to marry me.
She wasn't the only one.
Stay.
Goodbye, my cucciolo.